Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of live stream. We are picking up where we left off last Monday, building the Toy Story Pizza Planet Alien. This is as far as we got. This little guy's been without a head for the past week, so let's crack on. Let's start building, and let's see how far we get. Plan for tonight, as with every stream, probably get a couple of bags done. So we've done bag 1 and 2 last week. Looking to pick up bag 3 and 4 this week. So bag 3 open. We can get started. As always, let me know in the chat how your week's going, what you've been up to, what you've been focused on, any Lego chat that might want to stick in, any World Cup chat. We've got the World Cup going on at the moment. Currently got hidden away in my iPad the Belgium-Egypt game at the moment, so can chat about that as it's going on. What else we got? What Lego news we've got over the past week, and anything else that's relevant. And of course, get this set build. So quite a big bag this one. Pieces for the head, and I assume it's just the head in this bag. And then I think after that we'll be moving on to his little rocket base. So let's just get this last little bag open, and then I dig out the instructions because they're in the box as well. And then we can crack on. So it's just there's the bags all open. Got the stick sheet. Not sure if we'll be needing any of that for this bit. And I've got the instruction booklet. So 2 booklets. We're obviously finishing off the Alien one, and then I'm sure we're going to need this Pizza Planet one for the second C. Really helps support the channel, helps the channel grow, get towards meeting channel goals, which eventually is get monetized and buy more Lego and build a better channel out of it. But yeah, so we're cracking on with the head as expected. But yeah, suppose topic wise, we'll start but the World Cup. Simple flow. How's everyone feeling about it? I've struggled to get into it so far. I'm quite a big football fan. Do really like my football. I've watched bits of the game so far, but must admit, not really. I don't think I've watched the whole game from start to finish. It is the honest truth. I find it all these group stage games. They've expanded the tournament. Obviously, this time for those not aware, the standard tournament used to be 32 teams. Now gone up to 48 teams. They've introduced another round within it, so you go straight through to the last 16. It's only the last 32, so it sort of means only 16 teams getting eliminated after this round. And that for me just diluted the group stages. It's also stopped. There's no real group of death this year that you usually get. All the big teams you would imagine would comfortably qualify. I mean, in past years, Spain earlier drawing to Cape Verde would be a disaster for Spain, but you sort of think they just can still comfortably qualify, and that result won't mean anything. So for me, I just don't think this tournament's really going to explode until we get to the knockout rounds, I guess. There might be proven wrong. There might be a shock. There might be a big nation go out in the group stage, but I imagine most of them will scrape through, and if they don't start slowly, and maybe that will lead to a better end of the tournament. You want all the big teams being there towards the end of the tournament. You don't want to see someone go out because they've got to slow start necessarily. But then on the flip side of that, do you stop any surprises coming through? I suppose. Obviously, Morocco last World Cup got semi-final. No one expected that. Does that sort of thing not happen now? Guess only time will tell. That's the World Cup. So let me know in the chat what your thoughts are on the World Cup. But yeah, otherwise, Lego news wise, being quietish, not much really being announced since the last stream. Saw today the K-pop Demon Hunter set. It's been announced. My youngest daughter loves K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh, and that Egypt scored an absolute screamer there. Oh, that's a lovely goal. Giving it a big celebration as well. Yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh, there you go. Half the set. That's not a good start. Yep, so it's been announced. Sure that'll go down well with the young fans. Yeah, but otherwise, not much in terms of Lego news that I can think of. Definitely not that I've seen over the past week. One thing we are getting close to is the big discounts time of year. So I think we will see in the next week double points, probably towards the end of next week in the Lego store. We've got Prime Day coming up, so it'll be interesting to see what sets are on deals for that. And then various other retailers. I think I saw in Sainsbury's the weekend that Argos have currently got a deal on. So again, they sometimes have good Lego deals on. It's worth having a look at that one. I'm sure a lot of the other retailers will follow suit as well. They will have to compete with each other, especially Amazon. He sucks up a large chunk of the business. So all these other retailers, including Lego themselves, have to respond to Prime Day really if they want to keep selling their own sets. But yeah, so hopefully we'll see some good deals coming out over the next week. I've got my little wish list ready to go. Once that is announced, I've been holding off. I've had some money sitting there to buy some more sets. But I've been holding off, knowing that those deals are coming up. So as soon as they hit, I'll be checking Lego Store, checking Amazon, see what I can get the best deal for my money. And the more money saved means the more Lego we can buy, and that makes everyone happy. But yeah, so that's one to keep an eye out on. I'll probably be doing a video on that later this week on Friday. For those who don't know my schedule, Monday is my live stream night. Fridays are my YouTube videos, and that's the way that will continue to be for the foreseeable. Those sort of things that generally takes up my time that I have put into the channel at the moment. But nice, seems to work. Channel is growing nicely over time. Obviously, want to continue that at the moment. Just see steady growth is still, I wouldn't say no to fast growth, but realistically, steady growth is the dream. But yeah, so I'd say let me know in the comments what deals you'll be looking out for. Is there anything in particular you're hoping goes on offer you're not sure on? The other thing to bear in mind as well, sort of video last week was focused on this a little bit more, but there are quite a few, over 100 sets retiring at the end of next month, so it could be a last chance not only to get them on a deal, but to get them full stop. So that's one to keep an eye out for as well. If there's any, you might be able to get some of them last, then sets you've been holding off buying on a deal as well, which would be quite nice. But yeah, last week's video, if you've not watched it yet, just go watch it. It's a Lego scavenger and local shopping centre for me, Bluewater, and just seeing how many of the retiring sets I could find in store with very much mixed results. So it does show those sets are on their way out and definitely in store, definitely the official stores. You're unlikely to start seeing them from now. So if you have been holding off on them sets, I would buy them sooner rather than later if I were you. Otherwise, they'll be gone forever, and the only place you're going to get them then is off the second hand or the retailers who sort of buy up all that retired stock and hold on to it and sell it at an inflated price because that's how they make their money. But yeah, so give that video a watch. It's fun to make. Do enjoy making them sort of shopping challenges videos. Enjoy making most videos to be fair, but them ones are quite cool because you don't really ever know what you're going to find when you're looking. Whereas when you're looking at new sets, you have a good idea of what sets you're going to come across. In other news in general, personal wise, struggling to find a bit here. This difference between streaming building Lego and building Lego not streaming is when I'm not streaming, I love sorted all little piles, but that's not very interesting for you to watch. So you can just sort of watch me struggle instead to find the piece I need. Looking for a soap a bit. Don't seem to be able to find it. But yeah, so while I'm looking for this piece, yeah, big news on my personal front is that my house has gone on the market or with soft launch as such at the moment, in that we've got a board outside now, advertising it at 21 plus by. Photographer's coming tomorrow to take all the photos of the house. and then next couple of days after that, the estate agents planning it, get on all the various websites that will be advertising it from. What that means for this channel, obviously, is won't be in my little office room that I'm in now. Plan for the new house is we're looking to get a bigger house that have extra rooms. And one of the rooms is going to be my office. I work from home a lot of the time, half the week home, half the week in the office. But as part of that office, I'm hoping to build a bit more of a Lego studio. Obviously, it depends on the shape and size of the room for what that looks like. But definitely, like, ideally, rather than these displays which move back and forth, so where sort of I've got the iPad at the moment, the football and stuff. That's where then I guess it's generally live, because otherwise I'd be knocking them flying every 2 seconds. Um, but yeah, so they'll probably all move, and I'll get maybe an IKEA sort of like bookshelf behind me, um, and then that would be the Lego display, and then yeah, other than that, obviously maybe I've looked at some art sets, things like that. It'll take time. As we all know, Lego's not the cheapest hobby in the world. So, and while I've just moved house, got the bottom part of the smile there, by the way. Um, so yeah, that will take time to achieve, but that is the goal, and that is what this YouTube channel was started for. I started that with in mind. I'll obviously be keeping up the other content as well, but I say the goal when I started that channel was to sort of document that process of creating my Lego office. Um, just stuck together, tricked me there. Yeah, so that's all very exciting that that's starting to become a reality rather than something that myself and my wife have just talked about for a number of years. And our children, they're all excited as well. And I mean, they've got big Lego collections as well, so hopefully they can display them better. That can all be, again, probably be a video once that's all moved in, showing what their collections all look like in the new house. But yeah, obviously, like I say, it depends. Starting to view houses from tomorrow, actually. Um, so depending what the houses look like, depends. Like one of the ones we're looking at's got quite a big landing hallway area. So again, that's an opportunity we sort of said while we were looking at it. Oh, another place we can sit sort of out. It was my wife just recently sort of started getting into a bit of Lego as well herself. So she quite like she built a couple of botanical sets. So she built the cactus and she built the daisies. I think I can't remember, they do have a name. Yeah, the little daisy set. But really enjoyed them. So I think she's keen to get some more Lego to build up them. But again, we all need space to do it. So yeah, she was the last one to convert in the family to the Lego world. But seems to be on board now. When we go in the Lego shop recently, she's been paying a bit more attention, I think, to rather than just being dragged around by me and the kids, which is what usually happens in the past. But yeah, so that's all very exciting. And obviously, once that all happens, I'll probably look at the schedule for the channel. Because I think the way the current sort of content has been working, I'd quite like to keep that schedule roughly the same. But it's how much content we get out of changing the Lego thing. Like, if there's enough for weekly updates, I'll probably look to add another video a week. So probably a Wednesday one. So we've got Monday, Wednesday, Friday then. So we'll probably keep it the same to Fridays. My Lego news, Lego shopping videos that I do at the moment. And then other bits that I find. So like I said, this week's going to be like sales that are coming up, the way to save money on your Lego purchases. Yeah, and then Wednesday we'll keep them for the Lego display, whatever it ends up being, update and tracking that and looking at the builds there. But there's got to be enough content to do that. So I just say he'll be, as with all his content, it's a lot of playing around, seeing how it goes, seeing what works, and what I enjoy doing. Because ultimately, if I'm not enjoying doing it, it's probably not going to come across well on camera. But yeah, really excited about seeing that, and to share it with the YouTube guys, with the YouTube world, get other people's inputs into what they think could work well, because that's one of the good things about YouTube, is that you can create communities where you can all gather. So yeah, I don't know, how does everyone display their Lego at home? Let me know in the chat, how you display your Lego. What would be your dream Lego display? Do people have Lego cities that they've built? I love watching videos on people's Lego cities, because some of them just look incredible. And just the vision people have with them cities that's something that I do struggle with. I don't have necessarily. I'm very much the reason I like Lego is because I love following instructions. I love following that A to B to Z to T. And then you see the other side of things, where people are really creative with Lego, um, and their displays off the back of that, and they just look amazing. Some of them, yeah, like I was saying, it's one of the skills I wish I had. I wish my brain would work like that. That I could come up with them sort of displays. But definitely the neurodiverse part of my brain is very in instruction. I love following instruction. Sort of what my job's like. My job's very ABC. Does involve a little bit. I can think outside the window. It's not completely out the realms. But I'm very good at following instructions. Cool. This is slowly building up. So we've got a smile, and I'm guessing we're going to be clicking on either nose or some eyes. Maybe eyes actually there. So he's starting to take shape. Yeah. What else? The other big news, I suppose, that we've not got covered yet, sort of impacts this whole world, is in the UK at least, is that the government obviously announced the social media ban, or they're going to, for under 16s, which includes YouTube. So that'll be interesting how that's all implemented for the YouTube community. I think they'll probably look to just obviously under 16s will be able to go on YouTube Kids, and they'll maybe stick it from that. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see how other, not just this channel, but other channels are affected by that, to be honest. And if it's just pointless and there's a workaround. I know in Australia they brought out a similar thing, and from what I've read, people just get around it by using their parents' accounts, or it just doesn't work. So it's an interesting one for all the YouTube guys out there and how it's going to work. But yeah, still 1-0 in this Egypt game, by the way, for those following along. Other sports wise, what else we had? So Grand Prix fans, let's see, we had Hamilton win yesterday. I'm a Grand Prix fan, you can tell. I'm a Papaya fan. Lando did finish third, so not a bad weekend for Lando. I think it's as good as McLaren are going to get at the moment, in terms of their performance. But yeah, I'm not a massive Ferrari fan, but it's quite nice to see Lewis get a win at last after being there for quite a while. And it actually makes the title race a bit more interesting, which is always good. We want to see competitiveness. It gets a bit dull when someone's running away with something, especially if it is neutrals, which, let's say, I think I'd probably prefer Russell out of Mercedes to win. But he's obviously struggling. He's not out of it, but struggling. But yeah, so if it's going to be close, if it's Hamilton, Russell, Antonelli, that would be great, to be honest. And the more the merrier. Let's hope the other teams can catch up and they all close that gap, and we get a bit of a free for all, because I think that was the intention when the new rules were brought in. And initially, obviously, Mercedes have just sort of run away a bit, which doesn't make the best watching. So those who've watched my previous stuff probably know that I'm a big rugby fan. Again, sort of my team was Wasps, which are long extinct at this stage. But the rugby semi-finals in England were on this past weekend. Two really good games, particularly the Friday night game was particularly good between Northampton and Leicester. Again, what sport should just be back and forth, entertaining. And that's, for me, that's all trumped World Cup so far. Like, that sport over the weekend was far more interesting than the football final, which is a real shame, because I do love my football as well. And exciting to get. I mean, maybe I do think part of it might change on Wednesday. Obviously, we've got England starting their tournament. It's gonna be really interesting. Obviously, we've got team lineup who goes into that. So maybe that will change the vibe a bit of what the World Cup, the buzz for me. Maybe once England have finally arrived, obviously it's been slow start in that regard because we're one of the last teams to be playing. Still got 2 days this time in 48 hours basically. They'll be playing. Um, so yeah, maybe that would just ramp up them excitement. I hope it does because these World Cups only once every 4 years. You want it to be exciting. You want to enjoy it. Um, but yeah, let's say for me, it's not quite happened just yet, but I am hopeful. I'm hopeful for some excitement. Maybe I would just start in the back a bit now. Let's click in there. Starting to form a bit of shape. Front's looking like that. Spoke about it a bit last week, but so we've got a Toy Story movie coming out in the next week. I think it's next week. In the next week, maybe it comes out. So um, yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to going to see that in the cinema. Definitely taking the kids to go see that one. Huge Toy Story fan. So yeah, hopefully it lives up to the other films. It's always the risk when they do these extra ones. This is up to number 5 now. So, but I think all the other 4 films are brilliant. They've done justice to all the 4 films so far. So high expectations that they keep up the standards that they've provided so far in the films today. Um, but yeah, so yeah, looking forward to the Toy Story films coming out. Um, yeah, page. Just gonna hydrate a bit. Feel my voice going a little bit, so it's just. I mean, I suppose the other big thing over the weekend was that summer seems to have returned at least again here in the UK, southeast, where I'm based. Um, yeah, we actually had some sunshine again, which was nice because we did have some before, and then it sort of disappeared, and now it's come back a bit. Hopefully that could stay. Be nice. Got the barbecue out a couple of times over the weekend. I love a big barbecue fan. In fact, if there's any American people on who are equally big barbecue fans, love to hear your hints and tips on that because yeah, I mean I've done several barbecue all year round. I'm not necessarily a fair weather barbecuer. I've done Christmases on barbecue, done autumn. We've got a uni pizza oven as well, so quite regularly get that out in the autumn and spring. Yeah, so I love outdoor cooking. I'd cook outdoor all the time if I could. I think food tastes better when done on a barbecue. Um, yeah, so really enjoying. Like I say, this evening we had chicken shawarmas, um, which were really nice. I was debating it. I sort of got all the stuff in it, marinated it all. Just sitting there, and I was just sort of looking at it, being like, do I just want to do this in the frying pan or air fryer, or it's so much nicer when you do it on the barbecue, and it did. It turned out lovely. Really good. Made decisions to fire that up. Um, but yeah, no, yes, I do enjoy a barbecue, and this weather especially makes it even more enjoyable. It's had to do barbecue all year round, but it's that bit nicer when the sun's shining. You can sit out in the garden. We sat in the garden this evening to have our dinner. Um, yeah, it's just nice. It just makes me happy, especially as that was my job. I'm stuck at a desk most of the day, especially the days I'm at home. I'm at my desk all day, so the opportunity to go get some sunshine after that is much appreciated. Um, just eyeing up what pieces go on here. That one. Over. Overly. Oh, okay, I found it. All good. Okay, so let's say this is starting to take more and more shape. And actually, what's really cool is it's catching it from all angles. Hmm, no, in fact, yeah, it's starting. Like I say, it's getting more and more shape to this. So really cool little build ahead actually so far. Um, gonna push for that in to keep control of it. But yeah, so what else? What else we got news-wise that we can talk about? England, I suppose. Yeah, going back to England, I was gonna say the team news would be interesting. Who he goes with in a few different positions. With central defence, one of the big talking points. It was sort of assumed, I think, there was going to be Konza and Kwanzaa, say them right. But obviously then John Stones started with the friendly last week. Um, so will he stick with that? Yeah, I guess we'll find out. But it will be intriguing to see what way he goes. And then we've got the number 10 decision. I mean, I think he'll go for Bellingham, a number 10. But yeah, no, it'll be interesting for that first team news. Obviously, it always says a lot about how England get set up. They've got to go big game as well. Croatia, you've got to think. I know Croatia not necessarily a team they used to be, but it's a team England should be beating. So they need to go for the win. They need to not you won't go for the win in any game, but they need to send a message as such. I think that England are here. They're here to be competitive. They're here to win a World Cup. I think anything else and anything other than that, probably a bit of is a disappointment. He's been brought in. Tuchel's been brought in to win us a World Cup, so what needs to deliver now. And I don't think he's been that impressive so far. England have been that impressive so far in his reign. So now put up or go. I think yeah, intriguing. We've got little ears. I think it's pretty cool. So from that side's almost done. I imagine we're going to be doing the same on this side next. But yeah, I suppose football. I suppose we talked a bit about football. I suppose back to Lego, which is the main reason for the channel. One of the things that'd be interesting for everyone to know is what sets would you like to see between now and the end of the year? Obviously, I imagine we get the summer months coming up, so we just had a big release day in June. Lots of sets have been coming out then. Next 2 months we have got sets coming out, but they are quieter release months. Especially August one, I think, will be quite quiet. But then we get the big push to Christmas, so October in particular is usually another quite big release day. So it'll be interesting what sets get announced for that. I personally, what would I like to see? I mean, I've really enjoyed this Toy Story range that's just been released. More book nooks. The book nooks I think are really interesting, so I'd like to see them keep releasing those. Obviously, they seem to have gone down the big. We just had a Harry Potter book nook. They had the Lord of the Rings book nook. So I'm guessing next ones are either a Star Wars book nook or a Pokemon book nook. Is where my money would be if I was to have a guess. And either of them would be really, really cool. So I'd be all over either of them, to be honest. Because I've not picked up any of the Pokemon range yet, and you know, I mean, I've been a Pokemon fan since I was a kid. I'm a Gen 1 kid. I played Gen 1 as soon as it was out. So I was really excited when Lego announced they were bringing out the Pokemon stuff. And I don't think it's been the best so far. The big set is really cool. The starters fully evolved set is really cool, really really cool. But unfortunately, I don't have that sort of money to spend on Lego at the moment. So I've never really been an Eevee fan. I don't mind Eevee. I don't like them. But it's not a set that I thought can buy, and I just don't like the Pikachu set. I just don't think it looks good. So that one's again a bit of a non-starter. So I think I'm so yeah, and then obviously we've got the smart play sets that are some of the sets that are coming out over the summer. But again, I don't think they're particularly aimed at my demographic. I believe that maybe that my kids might be all over those. I could see my kids being interested in those. But yeah, they're not for me particularly either. So if they were to release somehow like a cool, even like a Pokemon Center, what could do something along them lines. But no, that would be really, really cool. I think that would look great. So yeah, yeah, be interesting to see what way they go. Let me check my mic version. It has been playing up recently. Thank you. I think we're okay. I think we are okay. No, fine. I'll carry on. If anyone does join and lets me know if there's issues with the sound, I tell you what I can do, and I can really get feedback from this. So, no, let's just leave it. I can see the little green thing's moving. It just doesn't seem to be going very loud, but not really experimented with that before. It's fine. Let's carry on. And I've lost my train of thought. Oh, Pokemon. Yeah. So, yeah, if we could get a Pokemon book, that'd be incredible. Where have we gone? Somehow I've managed to lose the page of it in all of that. I think we're here. Okay, so this bag 3 that we're on is nearly completed. We're just getting the last bits on here. This has lost me a little bit. I know what I've done. I've done these the wrong way around. It's fine. It's easy to fix. It's just pop them. So streaming and building Lego is very enjoyable, but it does lead to the odd mistake, which you then have to correct. Not a big one. Just need to do that. That'll be easier. Just swap around these parts and we're all good. And then I do the same on the other side because I've managed to do it on both sides. Yeah, and then as I said, I think this head's then done. So pretty much, we need some eyes as well. Yeah, it's looking really cool actually. So go ahead, head. Sorry, as my focus is on here. Yeah, so where are we? Let's see what that looks like when that's done. I think we're just going to add on some eyes and then we are pretty much there. Let's get these popped on. Oh, not that way. There's one eye. We've got 2 eyes. We've got 3 eyes. Cool. Got all 3 eyes in you. And then we plop the antenna on. And then, so here we go. So these are actually attached to the ears. Let me spread that thing. No, no. Oh, no, it's fine. Sorry, boys and girls. I am just confused again, which anyone who's watched on my stream before. Oh, hang on. I have mucked this up. Okay, so one of these pieces needs just to turn around. Put it on the wrong way around. Can I just do it like that? That needs the outline then. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'll leave that like that. Basically, I've set one ear back and one ear forward. So it's slightly outlined, but I'm going to probably fix that after the stream just because otherwise it's involved. I think it's an easy enough fix, but rather than me to back around with it now, let's just stick him on there for the moment. Or maybe, might end up just leaving it like that, and then my one could be unique to everyone else's. Yeah. Okay, head is on. We've got an alien built. A few little spare bits left over. Let's just stick them in my little part. Yeah, Alien is done. Book 1 is done. That can go down there. We can get on to book 2, which is the rocket. And we get on to bag 4, which will be the last bag we do tonight. Let's say 2 bags for streams, like general rule. What we got here? So we've got 1 small bag, we've got a lot of blue Lego. And a smaller bag of blue. So this actually bit, I'm really looking forward to building this bit because from what I can tell, it has a movable crank on it, which is not something I've ever really built before. So I know you get quite a lot of Lego sets do have moving parts, but yeah, all of my collection's pretty fixed, other than moving legs and stuff like that. So yeah, really interesting. Gonna be really looking forward to building it, seeing what this crank looks like. Yeah, let's crack on with this. I mean, what other sets can think of that have those cranks, I guess? I think you get the Pac-Man one. That's one of the sets that's retiring, I believe, next month. So yeah, that obviously had the moving parts in. So you get the big fairground ride, which was really, really cool. So there, going back to what I was talking about earlier, the Lego cities. That some people who have their fairgrounds and then Lego cities, Lego cities, they look incredible, don't they? If anyone's ever seen those. Again, that goes back to I know you've got the sets which obviously Lego themselves made, but then you get people who make their own versions of the rides and stuff. And that's where it come back a bit to the imagination bit I was talking about earlier. But I just couldn't do that. And obviously the sites are replicable and things like that, I guess, with people like myself who don't have the imagination to do that. You've got a little pizza site, how cool is that? Yeah, you've got let's say the replicable sites which are really useful. I've used those before. When I first started this channel, I was doing little guess to build dinosaurs and other animals and stuff like that. And I was getting a lot of the ideas from those. Made sure I credited obviously all the people who come up with the ideas, because make it perfectly clear they were not my ideas. I wish they were. But okay, I am not good enough at that sort of thing. That's one of the reasons I actually stopped doing those shorts, as well as reading a bit more about how content creating algorithms work. And I knew I won't do long form, and shorts sometimes can help, can stop that growth. But yeah, like I wish I could come up with those ideas, but yeah, Rebecca was a great site. But someone still come up with my ideas in the first place. So fair play to those people who've got the brains, their minds to do those, because they make the Lego community stronger because of it. This is building a little bridge. You can see, start with. But yeah, it's half time now in the football, 1-0 to Egypt, for anyone who is keeping track of that. Is that an upset, do we think? Do we think Egypt beating Belgium is an upset? I mean, it's quite a strong Belgium team, quite a strong Egyptian team these days. So you've had Salah around for years, but they've got like players like Marmoush now also playing for them. So, and Belgium, you could argue, is a bit of a fading power. Were they ever a power? Lots of they're a bit of the England of my childhood, the naughty sort of England, aren't they? They've had all the superstars and none of the results, really. So, but that's definitely an agent team now, that Belgian team. So I'm not sure this would be a huge shock. You probably would have got Belgium as the favourites in the bookies beforehand, but I don't think you would have got massive odds on Egypt winning. I should check that, because that would have been worth a sneaky fiver. Okay, so here we go. So we're starting now to build the crank by the looks of it. This is exciting. I'm nearly already missing steps and mucking it up. Let's just for a moment just focus a little bit on that. I will show you step by step what I'm doing as I do it, I think. Which put that in there and I'll show you what that's how we've got that so far, and then this little wheel just going to slide over both of those pieces. A little bit. I'm trying to put that in one, then it goes in one way. What am I doing wrong here? So we've got that. Next side. Wheel should just go on top, and then when if I go round, here we go. Here we go. Right, that's on now. You have to put in a certain hole in the wheel for it to line up correctly. And then we've got another wheel, so let's learn from that mistake and do this one right. So it looks like you hold it up. Okay, yeah, I think I've got it first time. This time, yeah. Okay, got the hand of that. Then we're building up this crank a little bit more. So yeah, I'm so excited for this one, this piece to go in to see how it works once it's done. Right, where's these? Like that. And then we'll add on the wheel and I'll show you again where we've got to. I think if I do that at the moment, it's all just going to fall apart. Right, okay, so we're fully cranked, ready now, and that then is just going to slide into this side, yeah, this side. So we crank there, do it on here, and do it on here. Okay, and there we go. So that's in now. So we've got the crank in, got the little wheel, like that, and then that'll go round and round like that. So that's how that crank's going to work. Obviously, we need to build something to attach to it now, and the handle, which it looks like we're doing now. Yeah, I suppose as we're back on football, we might as well stick on that topic. What are people's predictions? I'm going to exclude England from any chat because otherwise my bias. England head is definitely going to creep on. I think England have got a good chance of going far in the tournament. Spoke earlier about an expectation would be definitely from an FA point of view and them to win it. But there are a lot of other strong teams in the tournament. You've got to think France are going to be up there. As long as they don't implode in typical France fashion that we've seen so many times in the past. I mean, Germany yesterday, I know they were only playing a smaller nation, Morocco, but that again, they've got a strong lineup. And as we call, so next bit of the crank's just going on here. So got now that's just slotted in there. So those two bits line up, and you should be able to turn the handle, and we have moving part. That is really, really cool. Yeah, so yeah, France, Germany. I mean, you would Spain obviously before the tournament mentioned, but they've slipped up early on. They've got plenty of time to redeem themselves. And then I suppose the South American teams obviously not seen Argentina yet. I'm pretty sure we're not seeing Argentina yet. That's how I think it's so hard, especially here in the UK. And I get it's a World Cup, so you can't just do these things around the European markets. But with it all happening overnight, basically for us, and we get these. You see the first two games of the day. We had an early 5 o'clock kickoff, 6 o'clock kickoff early today, and then you've got this one which is 9 o'clock kickoff, and that's it. I'm not staying up past that. Maybe once if England end up obviously on at any time, I'm gonna have to force myself to. Although I don't think they're scheduled to at any point conveniently, as you know, probably biggest TV rights payer, one of the biggest TV rights payers in the world. I managed to fit us in. That was some place to Scotland to do playing in the middle of the night. I think that would all come under one deal imagine obviously BBC and ITV, but yeah, maybe let's choose one or the other. And I imagine if they get a lot more views for England, I'll probably get some views from Scotland fans off that. But we are a bigger country just in terms of size, if not anything else. We're a bigger team than Scotland. I mean, I think if Scotland finish third, there is a way they end up playing England in round of 16. Obviously, they need to win a knockout game, and England not. I'm sure England are definitely going to win everything. But yeah, how great would that be? An England Scotland last 16 game. That would be great. That would be really really fun. Banter between the two countries is always enjoyable as long as it's kept friendly enough. No one deserves abuse over football. It's a reminder, or anything. To be honest, everyone just remembers that. But yeah, no, a bit of banter. I've got Scottish colleagues where I work, so yeah, that'd be a lot of fun if we ended up meeting them. But they'll probably go out before then, so doesn't matter. Yeah. What else we got on? What else has been happening? TV wise, what's everyone watching? What's good on TV at the moment? We've been watching Clarkson's Farm, and I tell you what, especially this series is really clever. It's all the technology and stuff he's using on the series. Fascinating me. Really, really clever. Some of the the technology out there now for farming. Yeah, like spoilers, but like machines ploughing the fields by themselves. And it's all mapped out beforehand, and then just release them and off they go. Okay, so this is sitting on top. Go down, and then this is just going top is there. Is that what we're going on? How does that work? Oh, hang on, let me just slide on for that. So that now turns and that goes up and down. Bit fancy, isn't it? You might just have a minute of me playing my little prank now because I love that. That's great. I should I mean, I've never done Technic, but if I enjoy stuff like this, I probably have to have a look at some Technic, don't I? Because basically what it all is. I have, however, put this in the wrong place. So that needs to move up one by next to it. Just fix that. Pieces going down. Yeah, like I said, I've never really, moving parts, never done them. Maybe I need to look at some technical science and get that works now. Maybe that'll be giving more height now. Right, let's get this on. But yeah, going back, we've got obviously, as mentioned earlier in the stream, Lego sales. What's on my wish list, I suppose, is where we can go. So number one on my wish list, if it is discounted or if not, I can get the double points. Is I want the Sherlock Holmes book. Nook. That is top of the list. That's a set I've been looking at for a while. Spoke also about the move area and display. I want that front and center on my Lego display once we move the house. And then if we get that on a good enough deal and I get enough pennies left over, I think, and it's a recent addition to this, but might as well get points while I can because I don't think it'll be discounted anywhere soon. I really love that Triceratops they brought out recently. I think that looks fantastic. They also brought out the big T-Rex last year. I spoke about this a little bit before on streams previously, but so I just think the T-Rex for me is just too big. I wouldn't have anywhere to put that. Like even in the new room, it probably would have room in the new room once we move, but it would take up a lot of the space. Should use my little illusion fit trick for that because that wasn't very straight. Let's get one of those. Let's try that again. Not join the stream before, not seeing me do this. You get your sticker on your Fujima flip, the one Django, whatever the people like to call them, and then you just line it up and place and just peel it off. and you end up with an insert coin here box. Um, but yeah, I that Lego T-Rex does look. I really like the Lego T-Rex. It does look good. I prefer the Triceratops. It's cheaper as well, which is always a bonus. Um, yeah, that's great. That's for me the strongest set that came out in that June release. I think it looks fantastic. Been a dinosaur fan for a long time, so I have eyed up a lot of dinosaur sets, but this is the first one that I've been desperate to just go out and purchase it. Um, and then that probably will take me up to all my pennies, but if either of them don't end up in a good deal or something like that, and this is, then the Slinky book as well in this the Toy Story range came out. Another one that got my eye on. So yeah, so that is the list to keep an eye on for me. There are other sets I've got on my wish list, but they're definitely slightly lower down. So they'll probably, and I mean the big one actually, to be fair, number one on my wish list, which I know I won't be able to afford this time around, is Rivendell. Um, I've got a plan to get Rivendell. I know a rough idea when and where I'll be able to get that, but not quite yet. And with us moving, I don't really want to be carting that from house to house. Big set that. So plan is to pick that one up once we move. Depending when we end up moving. Obviously we've got to sell our house and stuff first. We've got another sticker, so let's try to do a little trick again. Got the Sid was here sticker. Again, let's just get that lined up and put on that into beautiful. And then we've got some coins to go in. Let's stick our coins in. I don't know if there's a way of opening that box. Doesn't seem like it. It's just pull it open. Oh, it wasn't a hinge actually. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, there's our coins. So we can insert coins here. They just can't do it with my big fingers in the way, but it just slots in there, and that collects them all. And then you can pay to the little arcade ride, and that's going to just slot on the side. Yeah, there we go. So we can pay to get our mechanism moving as we are back underway in the World Cup game. Still 1-0 to Egypt, which is only just kicked back off. Right. Yeah, so that's my wish list for the sales. I'd say definitely picking up at least one of them, hopefully a couple, and then they'll to be built here on stream on YouTube. So yes, once if I do end up with a couple, I might do a little poll to see what people would like built. Oh, that's more those on. Yeah, it's interesting because one of them's an older set, one of them's newer. So yeah, it'll be interesting what people want to see. Do they want to see the older one, which would be the one I'll be desperate to build, or would they prefer to see the new set build? I mean, either way, both. I say both of them are likely to be built on stream. I don't buy enough. I wish I could buy enough Lego, but I say A, places to put it, and B, got kids to feed and clothe. So, unfortunately, Lego is usually quite low down the must-buy list. It's the money left at the end of the month, and get to play with this. I'm a bit of a nightmare of these ones. But they're getting them on there. They're tricky to get on these little bits. Oh, if I lift that up. There we go. That was easier. And then we've got one more piece in here. But yeah, so let's say they will be coming to stream near you as soon as I get my hands on them, which will be at the start of Double Points and Amazon Prime Day. Because you should always try and get your Lego on a deal or a discount, or gift for purchase. Obviously, I saw actually in store. I was in store when I was in store filming on Friday for last week's video. They had the little classic cars. I can't remember what the name of the set was, but yeah, they had them backed out in stock as a gift for purchase. Obviously, that was announced, I think, about a week ago that they were coming back, and there was actually different gifts for purchases for different regions. So I'll put one of their coins up there. That's interesting. Let's do that. Let's follow the instructions. This is what I mean. I'm an instruction follower. So they got one of their coins and they've just stuck it on top. Cool. And with that, bag 4 is done. Just a few little bits left over. So let's get those away in the pot. And I'll show you where we've got to. So here to summarize by this stream. So we've got 1 completed alien with ear to fix. I'll do now in a second. I want to go offline. And 1 base of the rocket to build. So next stream, next Monday, will be the last stream for this build. Yeah, and we'll be building the rocket for him to go in. So this bit all to go. And that'll be that set done. Then we're Prime Day, and we'll see what we buy in Prime Day, I guess, and for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, let's say streams every Monday. New video will be coming out on Friday. If you haven't watched last video yet, go and watch that. It was a really fun one to do. So some really cool sets out in shops that went to view. Lots of different shops visited on that video, so it gives you a good idea of what everyone has got in stock. If you haven't already, please give this stream a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more videos like this and streams, and click that notify button so you know when we are going live on stream. Yeah, and thank you to everyone who's watched tonight. Thank you for joining. Thank you to anyone watching it on replay. And remember, no matter how your day's going, you've still got bricks. See you later, folks.